What's up, y'all? We is at the mid-season finale of Love and Marriage Huntsville. I'm sad, but it was a good episode, so let's get into it. But before we do, let me introduce my girl, Miss D.E. Nicole. Hey, boo, hey.
Hey,
What's going on? How you doing?
I am great. Ready to get into this juice.
Yes, yes, yes. Hey, everyone in the chat. Miss Ellen V is in the building. Hey, who gamer? What's up, Monique? Yes, halfway over. We was doing some things. This was a juicy episode. We seen freaking Kimmy channeling her fears. We see that Martell saying that Mel has a dark heart. We've got Miss Van saying that Martell is just evil. We got Maurice not wanting to go on no retreat, and he seems the most disappointed out of all the men. And we've got Mel and Martell together finally for the first time this season. Woo! It seemed like it's been a while, so let's get into some things. Honey, this mid-season did not disappoint. Would you agree?
I feel like besides the fight with Teacher's family, this was like the best episode.
I would think the same thing. You know, Teacher's family definitely brought it this season. Absolutely.
They're like, we're gonna make y'all come back for some more.
I will come back for some more. Them Scotts, that family right there, this family right here, this family right here. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's get into it. So we seen last episode that Dr. Francis invited Tisha to invite some of her couples to a couples retreat that him and his wife does. So we seen them do that. They went rock climbing. And at that point, that is where Kimmy channeled her fears. And even though she did it like a G, she was shaking when she got down. And afterwards, this is when Tisha had asked the girls, are they going to come on this retreat with her? And they both happily obliged. But the men, they did not. The men was a little bit off-putting. It wasn't an easy role because we've got, of course, we've got Tiffany and Lewis. If Lewis don't sit his horn dog self down somewhere.
I don't know who to believe in that situation, to be honest.
Really? Why not?
Because on one hand, Tiffany does seem like she's freaky, but we all know that she is very, very busy. They both run businesses, you know what I'm saying? So on one hand, she says that she gives it to him everywhere or whatever. But it goes back to, remember when we had that discussion about people love language? If you're talking to somebody in the wrong love language, they're not receiving none of the things that you're giving. So they need to go to that retreat and talk to that man.
True that. And I cannot wait to see what comes out of that because we have seen basically all of the cast go see Dr. Francis except them since they're fairly new to the show. This is just their second year. So they finally get a taste of Dr. Francis. And
the preview of what he got to say to them, I think I want to just watch it in a couple weeks just for that.
I know. Ellen V, I still got to get it back. I promise I'm going to get it back. But I can drop my freaking Cash App if you want to give me something.
Where
so
them
bad.
dollars at?
Too Cold is in the building. Oh, hi. Well, hello there. Yes. Don't go to the retreat. They need to stay off my TV. Ellen, who needs to stay off your TV? Who you talking about specifically? Because I know you're talking specifically about somebody. I know you is. So who it is? Who is it?
Little Whitlows.
I know she talking about the Whitlows. I just want her to say it. Come on now. You ain't here for the Whitlows. Come on now. You ain't here for the Whitlows. Now, when Tiffany went to go tell Lewis about the retreat, once again, what was on his mind? sex. That is all this man talks about. We seen him going raging over it practically.
But
So
see, that's
I
why I
don't
don't
understand.
understand them. On one hand, he's saying they don't have enough sex, but she's saying she giving the sex, but she want a baby. But then he like this, we not having enough sex. Like, I don't understand anymore.
All right, Tiffany, you gotta give it up if you want something to come out. I mean, something's got to go in order to come out. What goes in must come out. That's how it goes, Tiffany. You gotta give them something. But she said she would. They hope that they get something both out of it. So I'm thinking maybe. I think maybe if he agreed to the baby, she might agree to more sex.
But it seems like she is a freak though, because did you peep when they was right there with the luggage? She hurried up and slipped it in. She was like, I think you're addicted to sex.
Yeah, and that may be the case because it looked like she is a freak and she gives it up because this season you see a lot of sexual innuendos between them being very flirty and sexual toward each other. So I know she's giving it to him. So I don't understand much more do you need? Like, what is the problem? But you see also this episode, even now, Maurice is talking about he ain't getting enough. What is it? Like, y'all really need it that much? Like, what are we doing here?
You might think you a stone cold freak, but to the stone cold freak, you're not doing nothing. So it's like, I guess they need to have a meeting of the minds and see like, what is you guys' sex drive? Because at this point of y'all being married, that equation should be well put together by now.
Right. Exactly. For both of them, I feel. Yeah. And I feel at this point, ain't nothing really going on with Kimmy Maurice. So I feel like they just needed to say something in order to have something to do at the retreat. Because what else is they doing? What else they gonna talk about? They ain't got nothing specific really going on that you see anything about. What's up, Miss DC? I didn't watch the show yet, girl. What's up, Miss Amita? Hey, girl. Hey. Yes, I just can't imagine him having that much energy. And that's another thing. Louis got a lot going on. Louis? Too. He is a coach. He does the compound. And shout out to the compound. And, you know, he's a coach. He does a lot of different things. And he does a lot of things already with Tiffany. So it's like they both busy apart and together. So I don't know where he getting the energy either. It's really boggles my mind. And to have the energy.
I gotta play devil's advocate. I gotta play devil's advocate because you know I used to own a bar with my ex. Like, so we was together all day and we finna sneak off over here and get it cracking and go back in front of everybody else like nothing happened. So I mean it's ways and it's times and it's places. So it's like, do you really want it or you just want a baby? Like,
I mean, yeah, and that's the whole thing. But like I said, I don't feel she needs a baby right now. But then again, how much longer does she want to wait? I mean, even though she's still at the age where she can still do her thing, but you don't want to go off doing your thing and get more busy. Then you realize, oh, you've missed your time.
Here's the thing. When women are begging for babies, something's missing. Because if you remember when they were all three talking, the ladies, she was saying, am I getting what I need? Is he pouring into me? So it's something missing. I don't know if it's stemmed all the way back from her childhood, because, you know, this season we've seen her searching for her biological family and whatnot. But she's missing something. And I don't know why everybody think that a baby is going to solve the missing link to what you have in your adult life. I hope that she finds everything that she's looking for, but something's missing. And I feel like she need to work on her first before she have the baby.
That could be the case too. And I think, and I don't know what it is, like their dynamic in the bedroom, but remember, she also mentioned the fact that she wants to be loved and caressed on. I think she wants more romance. See, Louis seems like a freak, and he just ready to do the freaky things. Well, for her, she is a freak, but she's a woman, and women are emotional, and you want that romance also. So I think maybe he tried to romance her and finesse her Maybe he can finesse some more out of her. Louis, take note. Maybe you need to finesse her a little bit, and maybe you can get a lot more go away with what you want. And then at that point, you may slip up or whatever you want to call it and get pregnant. And we're going to enter the undefeated, undisputed, the African queen, Mara from Mamas. Hey, girl, hey.
Holy cow. I just finished watching it.
Holy cow.
Now I get to mess with mine. We want to see your face.
You know how I am. There she go. Hey, beautiful girl. Hey, beautiful girl.
I need to do something.
Okay, well, come back and grant us with all that beauty.
Right here. I'm listening as I'm trying to.
Okay.
Do my face. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. Yes, girl. We gonna get to that.
And Nicole, you're looking good. You're looking good.
Thank you, big sis.
Looking gold and bronze over there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so mine, I hate to even ask because I already know how you gonna talk about this. But what do you think about Louis and Tiffany and how his need for sex is so major and her need for the baby may not be the right time for her? So how you feeling about them and all this sex talk?
Girl, listen to me. I loved the conversation about, it isn't just about the sex. Okay. It is more to it. It's more to it. I gotta have so these dudes over here. Listen, you all think that it's just about, that for women, it's more to it than just, just that you getting into it, right? Am I mentally, and you gotta have to remember she's going through so much, she's doing business, she's doing all this. So she gets home, she's tired. She has no time. Like, you're drained. You are drained. You have no time for that. Like, sometimes I'm like, are you done? Are you done? I need to sleep, I'm saying.
Well, it does seem like she doesn't have time. I mean, look at how the fact that they're going on this retreat and she got to leave that early because she has.
That's what I mean.
That she absolutely has to go to, that she just can't get out of. Oh. So, when the baby comes, Tiffany, you ain't going to have that luxury, baby girl.
Hello? I have a question.
Right? What?
I have a question. But the things that she's doing right now, it is her own company, right?
Yes, I think it's her and other people, but she's like the face of it and like in the forefront of it all. Yes. Yeah. So, but it's the fact that, but even if it is her own company, you see, she's got, because remember he said her partner, but her partner is out of town too. So yeah, she has a partner in it also. But if the partner out of town and she out of town, somebody got to do it. So I don't know how that's going. Maybe they need to catch on another partner. Who knows?
Yeah, because my question is, like, is she trying to set herself up so like she could take a break and the funds will be right while she's taking the break or whatever like that?
That could
be. Then that goes to, you have to verbalize that to him because he's not understanding, honey.
Right. And everyone knows babies cost money a lot. And even with him, like I said, he's a coach and he does the compound. So he has, like I said, he has a lot going on with his thing. He has the compound going on, just like she has now included going on. So it's like, I feel like they both could be possibly equally busy, but he is just a priority to him. And you make your priorities what you want them to be. And obviously sex is his priority. And perhaps sex isn't her priority, but she wants the baby. So she's going to have to give somewhere. That's the whole thing.
Now, are both of those children from the previous marriage? Because they don't have a child together yet, right? This will be their child together.
Yes, this will be their first child together. Yes, she has a boy from her previous, and he has a boy from his previous, I believe. So she said she loves being a boy mom, but she wants that girl. And I can understand that every woman wants their mini me. You know what I'm saying? So, well. Well, if you hadn't had her, you wouldn't be saying that, no. So that's the thing. Every girl wants their mini-me. And so she wants, so that's what it is. So hopefully she'll get it, and hopefully they'll figure it out or whatever. But he can't. I know one thing. I know if someone's just going to keep continuously asking me for sex all the time, that's going to make me not want to give it to you. Like, I don't even want to give it to you when I do give it to you now. That's a turn off.
But what I don't understand is you want a child, yet you don't have enough time.
That's what I said, Mara.
Like you want a baby, but yet you don't want it. I mean, that's common sense.
Like, no, I mean, he just wants a lot because he's addicted, she says. Now, when it's
so then you cannot say, don't come here telling us you want a baby, because then baby is not a miracle. Like, you're not going to pray. Oh, you're not Jesus' mom. Like,
I mean, it ain't like she ain't giving it to him at all. He just wanted more than
but you have
time for.
Also have to remember, she's not young. She's not in her 20s. So it's not just gonna be a one-time thing. Once you get to your 30s, then it starts getting difficult. It's not difficult. It's not difficult because I got my last my last baby. I was in my 30s, so it wasn't difficult. But people are different, and nowadays things are becoming very more complicated, right? And so even when I got pregnant with my last child, it was considered a risky pregnancy, and I was only 32. You know what I mean? Yeah. And listen, all I'm saying, it gets complicated. You're no longer like in your 20s. It's not going to be a one-time thing. So you have to create time if you want this to happen.
True.
I agree with Monique.
I think you were resonating with this, Nicole, because when I put this on, you were like,
because did y'all see the previews that's going to come on for when the show comes back? And he says something about how does it feel to be analyzed by a stranger and they call you fake? Like, and he like, do you even love her? Like, it's giving.
It gets a little, yeah. So, I mean,
what do you mean?
It's something.
Go ahead,
yes. Go ahead.
I was gonna answer mine on the preview.
Go ahead and answer that. I'm gonna fill my drink up real quick.
So on the previews for when the show comes back, all the couples have went to go see the therapist, and the therapist is basically asking Tiffany and Lou what's going on. And he's like, do you love her? Like, do you really love her? And the looks on their faces, and then they cut to the next scene where all the couples are together after the therapy. And Marceau Lou got upset, and he was like, how can he just analyze us like that? And Kimmy's like, well, you did it to Marceau. And then Marceau is like, how does it feel to be just judged and be called fake? Like, and it just was like, it made me start thinking, like, because on one hand, like we said, Tiffany acts like she's a freak. She's, with the sexy, she's sitting on the lap and everything like that. So it's not like they're fighting or anything like that. And then she wants a baby. But then on the other hand, he's like, I don't have enough sex. It doesn't go together.
It's not adding up.
No, the math is not mathing, in the words of Dina. Like, what? So
what do you think that they're trying to do it for the show?
It's giving that. It's giving that.
I was hoping, to see more of is it Dr. Francis?
Yeah.
I was hoping to see more of, listen, that shenanigans or stupidness of Melody and the show, I was just forwarding it. Like, let's go. But then I got interested when Martel showed up with the kids, I don't know why the mom felt the need to remove the kids. Let's go get drinks. To me, it felt like, oh my gosh, these editors, they had already told the mom, we're gonna bring the kids, and so when we bring the kids, take them out, let the two adults have a conversation. because prior to that, you were just telling your daughter, he's gonna have to fix himself. Let him fix himself. Let him remove himself from this toxic situation. So it only took a minute for him to fix his situation.
I mean, it's just been an ongoing dynamic for so long. But for the fact for her to call him evil, I'm trying to find out. I mean, we all know that Martell has done some foul stuff, whatever, doing whatever he did, but is evil really the right word here?
Yeah.
They call each other evil though. They call each other evil though. Because remember, cut scene, Martell says that Melody had a black
heart. He had a dark heart. That ain't evil. That's
they miss each other.
That's bad. But he said that about her. For Van to say that about him, I could see if that came from Melody. But for it to come from Van, it's like, dang, Van, you cut through.
Listen,
cut through.
With all the things that I've heard from Mike, is it Mike or what's his name? Mark. I can no longer, in my eyes, see her as a mom-in-law. I can no longer see that. I have already been clouded. Like, she is no longer a mom-in-law of substance. Do you understand? She's no longer. Yeah, I mean, she's no longer.
I feel like she's vicariously living through her daughter.
She's like, like one of those girls now who was trying to get the peach.
Oh my.
I really do. I feel like she's vicariously living through her daughter. Did y'all peep how Melody asked her what she should wear? And she held up those two outfits and she was like, no. And that's exactly what she wore.
And that's what I said. Like, wait, she said no, but ain't that what she wore? I said the same thing. Like, that's like one of those things where you ask someone what you think they should wear. They don't care about the opinion anyway. They gonna do it anyway. Mm-hmm. That always happens in any situation. You say it and then you really don't mean it. It be whatever. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so when when Luis and Martell were playing catch or whatever, he asked, they were having like a really good discussion.
Yes.
And, Martell mentioned that he does miss marriage and not necessarily being married to Mel, but he misses marriage. But that's the only marriage you knew. So I think in hindsight, I think he does miss Mel.
He does.
And the whole, like he said, he did miss marriage and everything, and the whole thing. And he said he does want to be married again and all of this stuff. But like he said, it's going to be a little difficult for him because, like you said, he doesn't have not one, not two, not three, not four, but 5 kids. And
which is different because 4 kids is one woman and then one child. So it's not that complicated.
But when you're a woman coming in, you still just see 5 kids.
And it's very complicated in their situation when you got 2 baby mamas like that. Also, I think it's mighty, mighty funny how you remember a couple of months ago, they asked the question of, are you going to marry Ariane? And he was like, no. And for him to be on this episode now, talking about he's so ready to get married, I know she at home on fire.
Oh, you better believe
I watched her today. Who is on fire?
The other
Ariane.
Did you watch?
But like I keep saying, I need a timeline here because weren't they supposed to be or act like they was together? Shouldn't this have been around the time they were at some whatever concert and he went live on her page for the first time? Like, isn't this around that time? So that's where I'm like, what's going on here? I need a timeline.
And we also cannot be blind about, right now they're in New Orleans together, right? It's foolishness. I feel like these 2 women now are competing.
Competing?
I feel like at some point.
As far as what, Mott?
I feel like at some point, if Melody did not make so much money out of this divorce, if Melody, not so many people came in supporting her, you know what? Yeah, your husband cheated on you, and this was hurtful, and of course was hurtful to her, as it would be for anybody, right? And so going back to the guy would be like, oh my gosh, she went back, but deep down, I think she wants him back.
I agree. I think they miss each other.
Great
I
to
think
see
she
you.
wants him, but she cannot do
I
it.
told y'all that when he was talking about the wine. And he
But
kept telling me,
Iriko,
I used to go get Melody this red wine.
but I don't think she has enough of that. I don't think she's gonna be able to do that. I don't know. Maybe she might. Listen. You think she's
think
gonna?
the only reason she wouldn't is because of her pride. Me personally, like, even if it's a dumb decision in love, I'm gonna do what I want to do. But I mean, you do have to do what's best for the kids. You know what I mean? Things like that. If their situation is a little different, but you can clearly see that they miss each other. I mean, they was together since college. You know,
Was a beautiful.
They definitely missed each other.
That was a beautiful family for sure. It's a beautiful family.
And when they did that flashback of the memories,
I know. Oh
of
my
Martell,
God.
all the events, I know he probably really was having that reminisce in his brain. Like, I wish I could
You
just
could tell. But the moment that he came into the room, he couldn't do nothing but smile. Look. He was smiling. There was that one time, like, look, he's smiling in these two pictures. And I don't care what Melody want to say, she missed him. And you could tell in this look right here.
Oh,
look how happy she is. Now, I ain't seen this episode the whole entire season.
And but you can also see, like, him being apart from her. It's like, when I don't have my phone in my hand, I don't know what to do with my damn arms. Like, that's how he is. Like, he don't have her no more. He's just like,
yep.
So he tried to say little stupid stuff to make us think he don't care. Like, this is male number one. Like, boy, shut up.
But you have to remember the conversation that Martell had with Louis about, him and Louis telling him, you know what? She knows your weaknesses. She knows how to get you. She knows you want those children. She knows how much you value your children, right? And she can see that, she knew he's gonna bring those kids to that concert. He's not like her, who decided, you know what, I'm gonna go. My mom's brother who died 20 years ago, it's now time to go pay some respect. Okay? I have to go show some respect. It's my kids. They have the book signing. I don't care. This dude died 20 years ago. We are going.
I mean, let's not go backwards, Mike. Okay, let's try to move forward. But I did think that not also he wanted to show that he could be the bigger parent by going also, because he knew just like that was filmed, this was gonna be filmed, and that was a one up for him. And he wanted to see her. He wanted to see her. Period. And that's what it is. I mean, and they both had a good moment. Look at this. They touched each other, y'all. They touched each other. They touched each other. Okay? And who would have ever thought? So
I know.
And then, like we have seen this past this past week that they had, in fact, were filmed that got leaked by Tank, showing them on vacation together, and even Miss Van was there. You know what I'm saying? And it was very cordial. Now, if Miss Van's there and she's cool and everybody's there, they have finally come to a place where they can actually co-parent and coexist in the same place, and it'd be great. And I think that was like really beautiful to see. Because
before we keep talking about the mushy stuff, can we please talk about, I don't like how she takes the time to wind him up to fight her battles, though. Like, the whole, did you hear what Wanda was saying about our children and blah, 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 blah. You're a woman. Wanda's a woman. Leave it between the women. If y'all want to go back and forth, okay. Don't bring Martell in the middle of females.
But that's his child, though.
It is. But you're a man. So you don't go confront her.
I agree.
That's Melody's job.
But she knows what
hey,
she was doing.
Girl, Marcella.
Exactly.
She knows what she was
and
doing.
I don't like that.
She was talking about the children, and she knows how
Martell I don't like that.
feels about his children. He's gonna do everything that he can, and that's why, in the end, we're gonna see that fight because
like you check her.
No, but it was about him. It was about him too, though, because she was saying that Sugar Mama wasn't his. So
she's still a woman. She's still a woman, and it is not Martell's place to check her. Melody, if anybody need to check anybody, it should be Melody. A man, he is not to check her. Wanda.
Not sour. Lord Jesus.
I agree,
but it's just a simple fact to the point. I mean, it's y'all kids. I mean, did she say that he needed to go check her?
Well, I'm saying I don't like how Melody basically put that battery in his back. You already about to go check Wanda. Both of y'all don't need to double team her. You're the woman. You check Wanda. Martell shouldn't have said nothing to her. Yes.
I feel they're the parents, so they could have said something equally. They're the parents. I mean,
you get what you get.
And she said it about Martell. She didn't claim that Sugar Mama wasn't Melody's baby. She claimed Sugar Mama wasn't Martell's baby.
Hey, I'm interested to see what happens. Trust me.
I still think that he was out of line.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
you don't check no woman. Like
the whole thing, because even though when we heard everything that went down, supposedly Stormy was there also, but you don't see her, at least not in what they showed. But they do show in the scenes that Miss Van was there, Martell was there, and Melody was there. So all three of them, did not have to confront her. That was a lie. You know what I'm saying?
But the disrespect that Melody and an entitlement that Melody has to come to Destiny's store, never say anything to the girl who owns the store. What about that?
What you said again?
She came to
we was reading the comment.
Right.
She came to Destiny's store, went in, never said anything to Destiny, never, and then leaves. And I think that's at the point where
Yep.
At this point, we know that's dead, so I probably wouldn't say nothing.
But why would you go to that woman's store? Go inside that woman's store. You could at least acknowledge her, but you want to go in that store and hug somebody else? Like, who does that? Why would she do that? I don't understand.
Melody does.
Yeah, Melody drama. Like, why? Like,
in this situation, I probably would do the same thing. The friendship is dead. No need in faking it.
No need. Thank you, Marcella. Yes, but at this point, it is what it is, and it's like being a dead horse at this point. We know that they ain't gonna be friends, be cordial, whatever. Like, I know it. I ain't going into nobody's establishment if I don't like them. She was talking about she don't need no bad energy. Well, you put yourself in bad energy going into this woman's store.
But it looked like it was a big event that everybody was at, so she probably just went in there.
It doesn't matter.
But still,
and I would have did the same.
You could have spoke.
I don't care if it's
you could have waved, gave her the middle finger or something, but you didn't even acknowledge her.
I'm coming to hug my friend, and what you gonna do about it?
Your friend could have went outside.
You be escorted.
Got her outside.
You will be escorted. Outside.
But she wasn't.
She should have been.
That's not what it did, though. I would have walked in there and I would have dared you. Escort who?
That's toxic. That's toxic. Like, that was no need. That's childish too. I'm gonna go up in here knowing daggone well
She has to solidify her
the camera
spot
was there, of
because
course,
y'all
so she
keep trying to
wanted
kick
it.
her off the show.
Well, hey, if you got, I mean, you can't if you got a contract signed. It like I said, Melody don't make the rules. She may have the title, but she don't got the power, and that is what that is.
Well, you know, I'm
Hey,
glad.
Dina. Hey, girl. Hey.
Well, I'm glad that, you know, Letitia did not tell the husband everything about it. You know, if this dude never knew, if he knew about Dr. Francis.
Hey, Marcel is so funny, y'all.
It's so funny.
He walked in and saw that luggage on that bed. He said, "What's this?" She said, "Well, I'm packing for a trip." He said, "Oh, where are you going?"
But y'all see how she had to finesse him, though. She did not tell him it was a retreat.
You cannot.
She told him, oh, they just going for a little getaway.
You cannot. Listen, once you get married, you know your partner, you know how to communicate with them. If she came over there being frank and being honest, oh, Dr. Francis, I went to see Dr. Francis, you would not have gone anywhere. So she
he
knows
ain't going
how.
nowhere near Dr. Francis. He don't want nothing to do with Dr. Francis. None at all. And that's the whole thing. So if she would have mentioned that, that would have been a done deal, just like them renewing their vows.
Oh
but he might just do. Yeah, he might just do that again. Like, I told you I wouldn't go to nothing like this. I ain't going. But you clearly see that they all are there on the upcoming scenes. So
I forgot all about that. That was such an embarrassing moment.
Yeah, it was, but hey, it is what it is. So you definitely see that they all do end up going. Now, we don't know how it's going to go. We clearly see the picture, but you know it's going to be a thing when he really find out what's happening and what's going on. And that's going to be funny because she going to have to really tell the truth to lie. But y'all see how she used the Players Club Wani Ho quote. We got to use what we got to get what we want.
It's like, you know what?
Fish.
You know what?
Mm-hmm. I can't be mad at her. You know, because with somebody like Marcel, you gotta learn to finesse at some point. That's all he do. He verbally finesses all the time. So she learned from the best.
Cheers.
She learned from the best. She absolutely did. Because he ain't do nothing but teach her how to start navigating around him. Like, okay, I got your number. I see how you do. I've learned now. Let me get back at you. And now she's finally learning. So pick up Satish on that because that's what you got to do with Marcel. Unless you ain't ever going to get what you want from that man.
And no matter
September.
No matter what. Imagine, listen, it doesn't matter, you know, out of the couples in Huntsville, Tisha and Marcel, my fave.
Yes, we know. Well, I feel like this, Ellen. Yeah, why would she want to hide? But for Mel, why would you want to come up in my establishment? Kimmy ain't gonna stay in there. Kimmy ain't gonna stay in there forever. Kimmy,
so why come to my store?
You could have waited until Kimmy came out the store.
As simple as that.
You could have waited until Kimmy came out the store. She wasn't gonna stay in there all day. She could have waited, or she could have texted her, "Come outside. Let me say hi to you."
Exactly.
You wanted to go up in there, let the camera follow you, and start some drama.
You're double speaking. Exactly. You're double speaking. You keep saying, you know what? I have come to learn I don't want any bad energy around me. I'm not going to carry anybody in my 2022 who has bad energy. So don't come to my store. I have bad energy. What are you coming to do to my store? Stay right there.
I agree too, Cole. Mel does lack maturity. And she always talks about people.
Playing devil's advocate and she can do what she wants.
No. That's a dirty devil. That's a dirty devil.
I know.
You can't do what you want up in my establishment.
But she did.
Now I'm sure Destiny wouldn't come into skincare Seventh Avenue Beauty Skincare and started associating.
I bet.
Wait a minute.
Have the audacity to come up in there.
So Ellen, she's trying to check. She's trying to check.
That's how you really feel, Ellen.
Wait a minute. So she's trying to check Wanda, and the mother is over here sipping.
Wait, what?
Oh, when Melody was trying to check Wanda, the mother, Vaughn, was on the side just drinking some drink. I don't know what she was drinking. She was going like this.
That was said. When Wanda went live, she said that nobody did anything. Stormy didn't do anything, nor did Miss Van do anything. So, but everybody has their own version, so we'll get to see when it happens, but it won't be until freaking September.
Are you kidding me?
September.
Yeah, this is the halfway point.
Because it's the mid-season finale.
Wait, we have a break now?
Honey, you clearly didn't see my post. Mid-season finale. Today
but this
was
happens every year, though. What the heck?
It's because he has so many. Because he doesn't let the camera stop rolling. So if we want to continue to see it, you got to give them a break in order to get everything together to chill out some more. So we got to give them some time, y'all. People got to take breaks, okay? People need a time off. They always in the studio editing everything to get it out to us. People need breaks, so let them have a break.
Not to mention,
they're gonna come back in September, and we're gonna be all right.
Not to mention, they're doing basically 3 shows at the same time. They're doing
September,
DC.
Don't have a heart attack, honey.
Ma, you acting like this your first season with Love and Marriage.
I don't know why
this is what they do.
This is what. Just have a drink.
I'm out of here.
Have a drink. Just drink. It's gonna be okay. So at this point, it's just everything. Who's your favorite? My favorite too. Who's your? Oh, I'm thinking she's talking about when Mod said the Scots 1.0 are favorite.
No,
but
no.
I honestly believe that it is not that big of a deal between Maurice and Kimmy and this whole sexual thing, because this was not said or resonated at all this whole entire season, and now all of a sudden it's coming and they needed something. But I will say he put on a good front. He did not want to go. All of these faces, he was not having it. He was I don't want nobody's problems to be my problem.
And
I understand that, because I don't want nobody, trying to mess up a good time for me too. I ain't trying to get into nobody else's stuff. They got their own thing to work on.
You have to remember what he said. Kimmy said Maurice is just not as vocal as Marcia is, but they are very similar in everything. Okay.
But you see how he did her though. So she's trying to compromise. He asked, "Can we do it every day on the retreat?" And what's funny is it's easy for her to say that because they only gonna be there for like 2 days.
2 nights. 2 nights.
So that was
it. He agreed to doing that. Then he said it still wasn't enough.
And that's what I'm saying. So she finally agreed to it. Now he like, okay, now I want it twice a day. Like, dude. But if you go on vacation, what else you gonna do? That's when you're supposed to do your thing a lot. So I kind of feel him, but it is what it is. She's with myself. I said rejector, not Wanda with her phonics on a hook. Oh my. Not phonics. Maurice needs to shake a bone. What does that mean, Ellen? What does that mean? I don't even know.
Shake a bone and get the hell on.
What? I don't even know, yo. That is insane. So, what y'all most eager to see for next for the part 2 of this season?
The fight.
I'd rather see what the therapist gonna dissect Tiffany and
that's true.
Lou, because I want to see what he gonna say. Because they was looking pretty stupid after the session.
Obviously, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, it's just not that serious. And look at her face, like she just about over it, and he is just a hornball at this point. I'm like, Louis, come on, darling, you too old to be this hornballish.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that though. I don't believe that.
Me too.
And when you marry, y'all supposed to have sex. Like
a lot of you as busy as they are though. Like they are busy, so
that don't got nothing to do with sex.
That's from the book of
You make time for what you want.
Oh, that's right. Miss Wanda did say shake a bone.
That's why I said shake a bone and get the hell on.
But I mean, yeah, so it will be interesting to see. And I'm ready to see how Marcel act when he gets to this fight. I'm ready to see the madness. Now, this is Mark. Now, this is Mark doing. This is what Mark had posted that made it to the show. Now, I don't know why they felt to need to blur out what it said.
That was weird.
It wasn't like
what is that?
Something derogatory. You know when Mark had posted the Coke bottle saying that Miss Van had sent him the picture and it had Vanessa and Mark on the bottle. And she has sent it to him.
What's the point of showing it if you just gonna blur everything? I know you guys like the brand name like Coke, but you didn't show nothing. What was the point?
I really don't get why they had to blurt it out.
They had to blur out the brand like Coke.
But they could have,
right, exactly.
Made it work.
So wait, so Mark received this from Vern?
Okay. A long time ago, Mod. Let me catch your speed. Miss Van, you know how on the Coke bottles they put the people's names. Yes. So she had got two bottles, one said Vanessa and one said Mark. She put them together, took a picture, and she sent it to him.
So what's the big deal? I mean, we already know they're together.
Because it became a big deal again when Mark was doing his whole entire thing, and he had reposted it this not too long ago, starting a whole uproar, knowing it would make her mad. When he was kind of sort of giving out receipts to show that it wasn't just whatever she claimed it to be. He was showing that, no, it was more than this. This was the type of things that she was sending me. This is the type of thing that she was doing. So that's the point he was making when he sent it. And so now that's going to be talked about this second half of the season. So yeah. So
it's giving me high school bullshit.
But that's Love and Larry Twinsville for you.
Well, too cold. She must have been something. She traveled how many miles to go see him?
No, he's talking about Tiffany and
oh.
Well, she married him. She ought to be. She act like she is, and she's tired of driving.
But here is the thing.
With no money, love. Oh, dang! Come on, too cold. That's too cold.
But confessions. Here's what this is a thing.
Yeah, there you go. 17. That's what's that. What'd you say, Mom?
No, the problem or the difficulty that I'm having with the Whitlows is they've been married. This is their second year.
Yes.
They don't have little children. Therefore, even if they wanted to go on a honeymoon, the children are, they don't need their mom and dad around, right? They're not adults, but they're teenagers. They can take care of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And that brings me to, when I met my husband, I was young, like they are, right? We did not have any responsibilities. My goodness, my husband was going to work like around 6 a.m, and oh my gosh, when is he gonna come back? When is he gonna come back home? I'm running to catch the train in New York City to go home. I want to go home. I want to go home, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's no that fire. If there's no that fire in your first year of marriage, second year of marriage, third year of marriage, fourth year of marriage, I don't know what you're gonna do when you get to where I am.
I mean, I think that there is fire. They just don't like that. Just not something that's really show it on the show.
Never.
She shows that she is into him and and all of that, like she does. And if you watch their stories and their
How
posts,
are you into
like
somebody?
they're very loving. A lot of
How are you
display of
into
affection. What,
I think that's the key word though. I never see
God
it from
forbid.
him.
God forbid.
Oh, I did. Yeah, he doesn't. She posts it a lot on her feeds, but he does it more in his story. And see now, his freaking
hey, my sister.
It's private, so you can't see him unless you already were friends with him before. See, I'm friends with him on Instagram, so I see his stories, and he does.
But this social media is making everybody messed up. Just because I'm posting something and I'm acting happy, you think, oh, I am very happy. Just because I'm posting my husband and my children.
That's a whole nother thing. You're absolutely right.
We are so happy. That is a conversation.
Not everything is for
you all know. Media. Yes.
And give enough of what they show us on the show. They don't have to give us all of that.
He don't show us nothing on the show. On the show. I mean,
because all he's talking about is trying to get some. That's the storyline.
But you cannot just say the show because these producers live with you. They see you. They see how you. You know what I mean? Like the one thing we've learned about these reality shows is that these producers, they become part of your family, and you have to remember this show has been going on for the last 3 years, so they know these people. They're not new to these people, okay? Whatever they are posting on social media might be new to us and might be trying to create a different picture, but we can only go by what we are seeing on the show.
True.
If my husband of 2 years of marriage, we have no children together. Even if we had children together, they're not little babies. I'm not breastfeeding them. And even if I was breastfeeding them, I have my mom and dad around. They're not in Africa. I have them here so that even if I wanted to create an intimate time with my husband, there's somebody who is available to take care of my children.
I mean, you gotta remember she did create an intimate time for him. Yeah, granted, it was to break the news that he wasn't going on the trip she created something.
No. When a guy is telling other dudes, yo, I feel I'm not getting enough of this, that's an issue. He was honest about that.
I don't either, Lori.
Lori don't believe it for 1 second either. I mean, I think it's because of the fact that it's been a thing for like too long. Like, why is this the storyline? Even if it is true, why is this the storyline?
Why isn't it going to be a storyline if it's the truth?
It's not giving authentic.
Too Cold is so serious. She's not in all caps. She's not attracted anymore.
That is a possibility. That's a possibility.
Well, why isn't she attracted anymore? Did he lose his flavor? Did he not look like that when they first got married? Like, I need to see a married picture of them now.
Did she go into it with the right intentions this time?
I mean, we gotta hope that she did. We hope that
remember why she said she left her previous marriage.
Yes, she wanted more money and all of that jazz, but I mean, you would hope so. I mean, the fact that she could admit it, I commend her on that. So I hope the fact that she did admit it, that she is
so
in
what?
it for the right reasons now.
So if somebody has, so because you say that you commend her for that.
To admit it. I mean, commended her about what she said about her last husband.
Yeah, but that to me, it's.
Oh, what type of person she is.
Lori.
Hallelujah.
Why y'all doing
giving it to him like he wanted it? That's a whole nother type of gem. So, like,
true. That is some good cardio for you. You're right. That is one thing, one way. But I don't know. We will just have to see if Dr. Francis can fix this problem.
Oh my gosh. Dr. Francis has a whole lot to do because Tisha and Marzo have issues. Maurice has issues with Kimmy, and of course the Whitlows. That's I was hoping that this.
I mean, they got a lot to fix. I just wonder, is Dr. Francis going to bring up, all of the social infidelities that's been brung up? Like, will that be a factor? Are we going to talk about that? Is he going to get to the point of why you can't just answer the damn question yes or no?
He's a
You know what else I want to know if he gonna ask about?
What?
I want to know if he gonna ask why did he go to Africa by himself? Because when Tisha
he better.
I actually.
You already know he got an answer for that.
I actually would think.
But I'm kind of torn. I'm kind of torn with that.
But Nicole, why are you torn?
Mm-hmm. I'm torn because my father has been to Africa without my mother couple of times. But my daddy is a pastor, so he went over there for other things. But this next time they're about to go, they're going together. So like I'm kind of torn because my first reaction isn't to judge him for going by himself because my daddy has gone by himself, and I know for a fact my daddy ain't doing nothing. Mm-hmm. Like far as the stupid stuff or whatever like that. But I don't know. I'm torn.
I think that the difference is because Tisha and Marzo have been planning for this trip to Africa. Tisha and Marzo have been saying, you know what, we need to go to Africa as a family.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
That is a difference.
Yes,
and then you cannot come over here telling me the last minute, you know what, I need this for myself. No, you don't need this for yourself. We've been planning this as a family trip. It's gonna be happening as a family trip, right? And in Africa, you get to know, you get to meet people, you get to enjoy the food, genuine friendships, energy, people who don't know who you are. They're just there to make sure that you're having a good time. Because listen, when you went to Tanzania, nobody knows about love and marriage in Tanzania. Very few people. Just like in my country, Kenya, which is a neighboring country, nobody knows about this. In fact, when I post anything about love and marriage, everybody is telling me, "What is this? What are you talking about? What are you talking about?" People don't know about this. So when he goes over there, nobody knows him.
He can get a break from the reality and the reality.
Right. And also, if he does not say anything, therefore, I'm not going to catch that accent. If he doesn't say anything, he just looks like everybody else over there. Sure. He gets to enjoy just as an ordinary Tanzanian or an ordinary African would until you speak. Then I can hear that accent. Oh my gosh, he doesn't sound like me. Therefore, you know what I mean?
I don't know. First of all, let's answer Lori's question real quick. Carlos dragging these episodes. There are some episodes that could have been put together. Some episodes we could have done without. So it's possible. Yeah. That's Carlos know what he's doing.
I think he
get more out of it.
Because he hopes something interesting happens because DC finna wipe him off the map.
You never know. You never. But for me, back to Marzo though. The fact is, even though he did, in fact, go to Africa or whatever, he came back. Do y'all think that anything changed from that trip? Do y'all think he learned anything about himself?
Yeah, I've seen some changes.
What do you see, Matt?
I have seen him taking into consideration the wife's perspective. Him stepping up. It's not just about the money you are bringing into the family. It's also there's a game that your son has. Can you take your son to this game? Can we also go over there? Can you take your daughter to that post that he did on social media, which was very beautiful? Him trying to encourage the daughter. Come on. These things that he's doing now, he never did them prior. And therefore, I am, if he never did, if anything else that never came out of this African trip, I see progress. I see him try to be a better man. I see him try to be a better husband. I see him try to be a better father to these 3 beautiful children that he has. I do. And he said that's true. He sees, so yeah, he does. Listen, y'all have to go to Africa.
I mean, hey, I just hope. I mean, he does seem what Too Cold said. He does seem more relaxed, and I would agree. I think he came back with pictures that he. I don't know who he talked to when he was there. Maybe he did meet some people and talk to. I don't know who exactly he talked to, whatever. But he does seem more relaxed and a little bit, on the other side of things. So I can give him that. Yes, indeed. He learned that he could leave the country and that's messed up. Mine must have 40/40 vision. We don't see none of that. Dang! Not 40/40 vision. I don't believe it. Sheesh, this is what's going on. Y'all don't believe he had
always try. Monique,
he had all entire pictures.
Extend some grace.
Extend some grace, y'all. Come on. Let's not be like that. Can we not be like that? But so yeah, I mean, at this point, we're just gonna have to see what Dr. Francis can do, because at this point it's in his hands. But one more time, I just gotta show Martell and his just happiness, because he was just too happy to be in the presence of Mel. I haven't seen them smile like that. I haven't seen her smile like that. And they touched each other, y'all. They touched each other.
I know. It's a beautiful family. It was a beautiful family. I wish they can reconcile. It doesn't matter whether there was a child. I was watching this side chick girl doing her live, and I was feeling sorry about her. I really was. Like, she's really trying to compete. And unfortunately, when this drama was going on, there was a newborn. There was another life that was introduced into the situation.
Mm-hmm.
And I wouldn't want this kid to be brought up feeling like, he's being put aside, and the 4 other kids, are special. And then we have this, but you have to remember, in Atlanta, he kept saying this baby number 6, baby mama number 6. Was he saying that?
Yeah, this is baby number 6. You know what, Monique? That's yes. How was that? He posted pics from a phone that had no service. That's I didn't even think of that.
I do not. And that point I said, you know what? He's lying. It's not about, well, I don't know, because if you're moving, if you're traveling, if don't have the roaming services, then you're not going to have the services of calling. But I call my sisters, I call my brothers every day, because there are ways and means to call people.
Wait a minute, why y'all go from calling this girl coleslaw to sauerkraut? That's so mean. Extend some grace, as mine would say.
I really felt sorry. Like, when I was watching her today, I was like, oh my gosh.
Oh, stop. Yeah, that's exactly right. He was speaking of a whole nother woman that ain't even existed yet. So she definitely did play herself. But I think she knows that she played herself at this point, and that's why she has stopped finally dealing with him. Because after he did what he did on Mother's Day, I think that took the cake for her. Honestly, because you haven't seen them back together or talking, at least not in public anyway, since that day, since that live.
What did he do?
When he went on, when he did his live, when he was with his mom, and someone had said something about, they were being funny, talking about cooking and side dishes and all that, referring to coleslaw. And then he was saying something about all the people I'm around, cooks. But then he said something real off-putting. And she just happened to be in the live when that happened. And she was responding to him in the live as he was saying his little jabs that he was saying toward her. And so that's when she got off of his live, and she went and did her own live. And that's when she admitted that she was wrong for thinking the way she felt and leave married men alone because, whatever, married man ain't nothing. And she think that Melody had a right to feel or say what she said out of the hurt she was feeling and so forth and so on. So she kind of did apologize. She didn't say I'm sorry, but she watered down, admitted that she messed up and she shouldn't have did what she did by seeking out Martell. Now, granted, people will say, oh, well, she didn't know he was married at the time. At some point, you did know he was married and you still was with him, and you definitely knew he was married when you had his baby.
So, no excuse.
No excuse. But yeah, so that pretty much does it. But I do want to play the clip of the fight before we get out of here. So let's do that real quick.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so yeah, now I'm not swinging. I'm not just okay. I'm stepping to you because you got a lot to say on my social media, and I'm in your face today. Bam your baby dad.
Whatever you want to do, find your
Yes. So, whoo! I am so happy that the cameras was there to get that.
Yes.
That is going to be very interesting, of a lot going on. So, yes, anything y'all want to add before we get out of here? Because that does it for the night.
It's a shame. It's a shame that we have come, including myself, to enjoy the drama. All right?
Monique, you're so right. That's what I was talking about, too. You felt me, Monique. You felt me. Go ahead, Mom. I'm sorry. It's my hips, isn't it? Oh, that's the hip.
First of all, I don't think Martell is going to do anything to the Scots. He can be acting up. You're not going to do anything to the Scots. Oh, yeah, she did. She did.
Oh, yeah. I hope they show it all. And that's the thing. I'm going to need y'all to not edit none of that out. Don't try to make it look like something that it ain't. I need the raw, uncut footage. I don't even want OWN to show it. I need somebody's phone. I need OWN to really put somebody's phone on and show the raw, uncut version of what happened. Because I don't need them taking out that shouldn't be taken out. I want to see the real deal.
You have to remember when Melody was trying to check Wanda, Tisha was right next to the mother. Mosso was next to Wanda. Okay. They were there. They were right there. You're not gonna, do anything.
Yeah, so that's gonna be something right there. But we'll just have to wait till September 10th to see what they show. So it is, so that is basically 2 months and a little bit over a week to wait. Yep, 2 months and a week for them to edit everything the way they wanted to. See, that's what's gonna make me so mad. Don't have us so eager to see this on and then y'all go and water it down. That's not what we're here for. I'm gonna be so mad and I'm gonna have a fit on the next live if that's what happens. I'm gonna be really upset. We know that ain't gonna be the first thing that they show on the 10th though. But whenever that part does air, I'm gonna be mad. Let's see, Maurice. Yeah, see, we didn't even hear about that, but we definitely seen Maurice jumped in first. And we didn't hear nothing about that when everything went down. See? Well, at least they showed that part. They showed us a part that, Levy Confession. Oh, thank you. We love you too. Get it, Mike. Get that, honey. Okay, y'all, that does it. I want to thank everybody for coming out. RSVP with Lori, Tuco, speak with your girl Marcella, Monique, Ellen V. Thank y'all for coming. Y'all are the MVPs. I thank y'all for always coming in every week. Y'all are the girls. The girls are impressed. The girls are impressed. And that's it for the mid-season mod. Thank you for always being here. You may be fashionably late, but I love it when you come, mama. I love it when you come. Oh, you ain't always fashionable. Tell me one time you was here on time. Look, you can't even come for me because you know I'm right. Yeah, we gonna blame it on the absolute, the wine, the Tito's, or whatever you be having. Because you be having it, girl. But I love you, sister. And I think Nicole has slipped out on everything. I don't know her avatar. So I'm not understanding what's going on with that, but whatever. And of course, Cool Gamer. Thank you, Cool Gamer, because you always like the first one to come up in this piece. Monique, always a pleasure, baby girl. Thank y'all for coming out and chilling with us. And you know what it is. I am out this nasty thing.